Luke and Wellesley's been on the line here for a while on the Red Sox GM search. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, Mazz. I was just wondering, if the Red Sox, I love Cora. He's a great guy, great manager. He's had good teams, bad teams. But I was just wondering, if the ownership just gets rid of him, will it be easier to find a very good GM? You know what I mean? With Kim Ng, declining an interview, Click said he didn't want to do it. What's the word with that, do you think?
Okay, so I don't think Cora's the only reason that people are saying no. Like, this feels to me like it's getting lost a little bit because it's an easy thing to look at right now. They've had 3 GMs in 8 years or whatever it is. And in that span, they've won a couple of World Series if you go back to Ben Cherington. Cherington won in 13, so that's 10 years. Cherington won in 13. 2 years later, he was fired. Not even 2 years. Chose to leave the organization rather than work under Dave Dombrowski. Then Dombrowski wins it in 2018. By the end of 2019, he's fired. Chaim Bloom comes in with an edict to rebuild the farm system. Then he's fired. And now they're looking for another guy. So it's a combination of factors, the biggest of which may be, wait a minute, if you're an executive and you're looking at it and you say, why would I come and work there when the last 3 people you have hired have all done what you've asked them to do, and then you fired them within 3 or 4 years? So now look, the Cora thing complicates it, but you can still build a good operation here with Cora. That's the lesser of my 2 concerns. I do think it limits the field a little bit, if not a lot, because there are people who are going to look at it and say, well, wait a minute, you kept the GM, you kept the manager over the GM. And Cora worked with Dombrowski, Cora worked with Bloom, Cora's still here. So he's going to be with his 3rd general manager. We know where the power rests. It rests in the manager's office. But that's okay if your manager knows what he's doing. And he does. It's not unprecedented. Buck Showalter, Bobby Valentine, Mike Scioscia, those are all managers that ran their operations, and they were good at it. Now, we can debate whether or not those teams won World Series. Showalter never did. Valentine didn't win one here. I think he won over in Japan. Scioscia won one with the Angels. So we can debate whether or not it's effective or whether or not you're getting the best staff. But Cora's a good baseball guy. So let's not call Cora a negative per se, but he might be a deterrent in terms of some people taking the job. Just quickly on the Kim Ng thing, because she today, as Murray has been reporting in his headlines all day, she became the 10th person to turn down the job. Or turn down an interview. She recently resigned from the Marlins because they were going to hire a president of baseball operations above her. So Kim Ng, who is the first female GM, I was going to say in the history of baseball, but I think it's the history of professional sports, men's sports anyway. Jimmy, am I right in saying that no woman has ever been a chief officer or GM in basketball, hockey, football, or baseball until Kim Ng? I think she's the only one, right?
Are you asking me?
No, I was asking Jimmy Stewart. I'm sorry, Murray.
I have no idea.
Okay, but I think she's the only one.
I don't know.
Okay, so she just told the Marlins to go crap in their hat, and she just gave the finger to the Red Sox. God bless her. Good for her.
Wikipedia says yes, Mazz.
Okay, good for her. Again, a barrier breaker in the industry. Resigns from one job because they wanted to put someone above her. The Red Sox want to talk to her. She says F off. My guess is she wasn't going to be a puppet in the Marlins organization, and she wasn't going to be some sort of show pony for the Red Sox. So good for her.